Burned my throat. It's good though. Once it hits the lips. Anyways, good morning guys. Welcome to another full day of eating. Things have sort of changed since the last full day of eating. I haven't done one in a while and I know they're really, really popular. I've gotten a lot of requests to do another one. However, my diet just really hasn't changed that much in the last 4 or 5 weeks, whenever the last time I did a full day of eating was. And I don't want to show you guys just me eating pretty much the same foods day in and day out. However, my macros have changed, things have changed sort of, and sort of when I'm dieting, I go through like these phases of foods where for weeks at a time, it'll be like the steak thing or the shake thing. I was doing the shakes in the morning, steak at night, and that was for a really, really long time, weeks. And I just loved it. But now my macros have sort of changed and also my cravings have kind of changed, and I've adapted some meals to kind of help me meet my macros, but also just my cravings too. So every morning lately, as you'll see, I'm drinking a coffee instead of the 2 shakes. And the big reason why I'm drinking the coffee now, not only because it's delicious, but because my fat macros are down to 45 grams each day, which seems kind of low, but really with the way my macros are structured, it's not terribly low. Anyways, my macros right now, 250 grams of carbs, 240 grams of protein, 45 grams of fat. Those 2 shakes that I'd have every morning when I'd start my day, that was like 20 grams of fat between the 2 shakes. And I think in the full day of eating, or in one of the vlogs, I was like, the secret to my success is the protein shake. And it was for a while, but that's changed because I just was killing myself in the mornings with my fat macros, and then I couldn't hit my fat macros for the rest of the day. So now I start my day off with about a half a tablespoon of instant Cafe Bustelo coffee, which for instant coffee is pretty good, guys. And then I have 3 grams of a sugar substitute, for me that's Splenda, and about a quarter cup, I was gonna say tablespoon, about a quarter cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. So that's what's in my cup today. Delicious. Besides all that stuff, I had a huge weigh-in this morning. The all-time low weigh-in of prep just happened to fall on today, 198.6, and my physique, I think, it's really starting to come together. I am 9 weeks, 1 day away from the show, and I really think I might be able to eat up into the show. Especially, I'm just gonna really grind out these next 6, 7 weeks, and maybe even start reverse dieting into the show. That is the ultimate plan, is to be able to eat more food as I am getting closer to the show and just be absolutely shredded. 2 to 3 weeks. I think I still need about 6 or 7 weeks to get like striated glutes. Not that I really need striated glutes in classic physique, but I'm trying to get as shredded as possible, guys. Yeah, so that's sort of an update on where things are at for me right now. As far as macros in the first meal, I'm gonna have another cup of Joe, so that's gonna be 6.5 grams of carbs because there's like a little bit of carbs from the almond milk, and about 1.5 grams of fat, really no protein. Cheers, guys. See ya at meal number 2. It's time for meal number 2. I'm at the gym right now. Meal number 2 has been happening right before I go into the gym so I don't get hungry while I'm working out. And I have 2 containers of this Light and Fit vanilla Greek yogurt. If you've never had this before, oh my God, this stuff it's delicious. 2 of these containers is 18 grams of carbs, 24 grams of protein, 0 grams of fat. And then after my lift, before I do cardio, I have I don't know why I switched containers, but I have another container. So 3 containers total between now and the time that I leave the gym. Also, there's a rule about eating these, and it's when you take off this thing, you have to lick the top of the container. Otherwise, you didn't hit your macros. All right guys, so my workout's done. I plan on eating one of these before I start cardio, but it turns out I'm not really hungry. So I'm gonna save the calories, I'm gonna save the macros, and just probably wait until lunch. I head to the grocery store after the gym, pick up some egg whites, and make an omelet, I think is my post-workout meal. So catch you guys at the apartment, not eating this today. All right, guys, so I just got back from the gym, the grocery store. I'm actually really hungry right now because I didn't have my pre-cardio Greek yogurt. Anyways, as far as macros go right now, I'm at 25 grams of protein, 26 grams of carbs, and only 2 grams of fat. So I have a bunch of macros to play with at this meal. There's definitely going to be a huge omelet. That's like the first thing that I'm gonna make right now because that's sort of what I've been making post-workout and because they're delicious. Check out this omelet, guys. It is absolutely massive. This would be 13 egg whites, I think. I just used some egg substitute. It's 450 grams of egg whites, 170 grams of spinach, 255 grams of peppers and onions, and 165 grams of Mid's pizza sauce. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I actually ate a serving out of the jar, or what I figured to be a serving out of the jar, just because it's so good. I know it seems weird to put pizza sauce on an omelet, but I don't know, I saw these were in my fridge and I was like, I have to kill these jars. And pizza sauce, I haven't had it in a while. It sounds delicious. I'm really excited about this omelet. Just covered it with a bunch of crushed red pepper. That is really good. I don't know if it's just because I'm dieting that it's so good or if it really is good. Pizza sauce on an omelet. It's totally hitting the spot right now. Second part of meal number 3 is complete, guys. 2 fried eggs with the best, of course, Tony Cheechers. If you want to take your eggs from just meh to the best eggs that you've ever had in your entire life, this stuff is the key to do that. And I've mentioned this on the vlog before. They don't give me this for free. I mean, like, this will literally last you 4 years. It's just really that good, guys. So if you can find that stuff in your grocery store, get it, because eggs are just way better with it. And then I have 8 slices of toast. I used a new toast today. I've never had this before, but it was the lowest caloried toast bread they had at the grocery store. Nature's Harvest, 40 calories a slice. Yeah, I think it's a slice. Anyways, macros on the stuff, half a gram of fat. This is for 2 slices. 17 grams of carbs, 6 of which is fiber, and 6 grams of protein. A little secret about toast, guys, that I like to do is, you can see here, I sprayed my toast with some high quality coconut oil baking spray. I probably wouldn't recommend doing this with just any baking spray, but this stuff is really high quality. And I just do a little spray, very gentle, and I like to put a little bit of salt on my toast too. So part 3 of meal number 3 is together, guys. Dessert, if you will. It's 1 1/4 cups of frozen blueberries. You know I love frozen berries. 175 grams this is. 300 grams of the Dannon Light and Fit vanilla Greek yogurt. And yeah, that is it. My macros right now, 146 grams of protein, 170 grams of carbs, and 14 grams of fat. So really haven't eaten a lot of fat today. I have like a bunch of macros still left to play with. I've got like 100 protein left, 80 carb, and 30 fat. So we're going over to my dad's house for dinner tonight. We don't really know what we're having over there. It's probably either gonna be steak or fajitas, but I can make pretty much anything fit into those numbers. So I will see you guys at his house when we do that whole dinner thing. We're over at my dad's house. This is the ground beef fajita fiasco that's sort of going on in the kitchen. This is my open-faced ground beef fajita here. It's 1 flat out, like 70 grams of lettuce, a little bit of tomato, a little bit of cilantro, some peppers, onions, mushroom, and like 200 grams of 95.5 lean ground beef. And I topped it with this Ortega super hot taco sauce. Really good macros, actually, just 2 grams of carbs for 16 grams of this stuff. I'm on to round 2 with my fajitas, guys. I have another flat out, some lettuce, some tomato, the peppers and onions thing, but I'm doing chicken this time. It's 115 grams of chicken, topped it with a little bit of cilantro, and that's because I admittedly have been eating out of this pan. I probably had another serving of ground beef. So I'm gonna say like 275 grams of ground beef so far tonight, and I'm just gonna keep it light with this fajita. Just go with the chicken. Alyssa and I are back home from my dad's house. I am really full right now. I feel like super bloated. Those wraps, whatever, flat outs, that's what they're called. It's just like a rock in my belly. Bad news though, I think munching on the ground beef kind of set me over my protein goal. Or I just shouldn't have had chicken on the last fajita. It should have been like a vegetarian fajita. So my macros for the end of the day, 280 grams of protein. I'm over my protein by 40 grams. So what I'm gonna do is the next 2 days, I'm gonna be under my protein by 20 grams each day, and that'll offset me going over today. Carbohydrates, 258 grams, so pretty much on my carb goal, which is 250. No worries there. And fat was 39 grams for the day. So a little bit under my fat goal, but I was so far over my protein today that I'm not even gonna worry about eating any more fat. I hope you guys enjoyed the full day of eating vlog. If you did, throw the video a like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito, deja que te